Hello viewers, Nagaland ticket park kora shuru hoise party kan aro kunba jaga de khong utha kunba jaga de khushi pa aro kunba jaga de khushi na pa ami kan dikhi kina ase aji ami kan yadi Dimapur Saramati hotel de aina ase aro ami kan yadi tangor khobor ekta pai ase ki Nagaland state GDU laga emergency press conference ekta rakhina ase koi ase aro edu emergency do ki ase gole ami kan itia nokobo holibe ami kan source pura huni pai ase takan laga majot party majot te chutu muto chamala ekta hola আমি গান ইতিয়া খবর পাই আছে তো এটো কি হবো আমি গান নাজানে বাট যদি স্টেট অফিসিয়ালস জেটিইউ লা পার্টি গান খুশি নাপা লাগা চেহারা লুই কিনা আজি প্রেস কনফারেন্স একটা ডাঙর একটা লবলে আমি গান দেখি পাই আছে আইভি ভিউয়ার্স গান ইতুলা প্রেস কনফারেন্স কিনিকা চলি বলে আছে আমি গান সব ডিটেইল রিপোর্ট চাই যাব
Good morning, everyone. Respected Sri Kitoho Rotokha, Secretary General, all state executive, JDU, state, district and constituency party workers, especially thanks to the media fraternity for your cooperation. As we call on this press conference today, we have made some resolution on 2nd of February, that is yesterday. So like the state executive, JDU Nagaland State, headed by Sri Imsumungba Pongant, State General Secretary, held an emergency meeting with the state, district and constituency party workers at JDU office on 2nd February 2023. So the member present in the meeting resolved for the mass resignations from the party primary and active member. As we have lost the confidence on the leadership of Sri NSL Lotha, the state president of the party, the self-styled governance of the party, followed by the president, afford no opportunities for participant input, which has created huge communication gap among the party workers in the state. The president adopting a dictatorial attitude offer no exposure or scope for the organization growth and has put to an end the hope and aspirations of the party members. The supporters and quality of the leadership that was expected from the state president were pitiful. So, the state executive, all the state district members and the constituency party workers has decided for immense resignation with effect from the 3rd of Feb 2023. That was the resolution passed by the member present in the meeting yesterday. All official papers and the communication will flow latest by today after this press conference. So now I give time to our state leaders, followed by our Secretary General, and if any query we will take, then after that we will wipe up this press conference session. So I give time to the state leaders.
Good morning, all of you. Nice to see you here again. You may be wondering why we are taking so sudden decision. As our state secretary, former state secretary, JDU party, has mentioned in his introduction, before I highlighting and sharing my view why we resign, most respected our former Secretary General, Sir Kitoho, as Rotokha, and my colleagues, state official, youth, working president, Mahelas, and my dear media fraternity. Nice to meet you here again. So as we all know, every political party has its own ideology and policies. We are very clear here, we are not against the party. We like the ideology of the JDU party, though why we tend to resign from the party, because as my colleagues has mentioned before, some of us, we recently joined the party with the hope and intention to uplift, to promote the party But things comes up so suddenly. Why? Because we lost a trust, the leadership of our state president. As there is a saying, the nation fall because of the leadership. So if there is no future prospect under his leadership, why we are being a part of the party? There is no point. So this is the reason why we are here today. So his functioning system and the style of working, we have no coordination, no transparency. So with all this reason, we lost our faith on him and we had a trust deficit. See, election has come. It's drawing very near, just knocking in our nose. In every political party, election is the most important part of the political party to play a role, to play a vital role. So we hope JDU can play a very vital role in the state of Nagaland, even in formation of government. But the state president, the so-called NSL Lotha, he never pay heed to it, and he has no interested to set up more candidates. That means it's like nipping the bud. We see the JDU party is budding to grow more and more powerful in the state. But he is nipping the bud. That means we have no future in this politics, in this political party. So this is the reason why we tend to resign, and we don't want to be under his leadership. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. It's really pain to say that, but as you all know, recently we joined the party from the same place and leaving the party from the same place again. See, as my friend has already mentioned about everything, so I will not repeat the same thing, but I just want to say that we have fully lost confidence and trust on our state president. Because of that, we are leaving the party. That's what we are going to. I'm going to say that.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, I want to thank God for this opportunity and respected our intending candidate and General Secretary, as Kitoho, as Rotokha, all my senior leaders, party leaders, and my fellow friends and family. So now my leaders has clearly mentioned why we are leaving this party, so I will not go much into that. But as a youth president, the reason why I was unsatisfied and the reason why I left this party, I want to just give a very short, a brief explanation on that. So the sole purpose of me joining the party was to bring about all-round development in Nagaland, and then to empower the youth, both in skill development, and then create oneness among ourselves, and then call out my fellow people, my friends, my brothers and sisters who are at home, to come out of the comfort zone and fight for the change. Because I feel that my parents, or our grandparents, we cannot expect changes from them anymore. So we have to be the one to come out and then bring change for ourselves and then for our generations as well. So keeping all these things in mind, I felt that this was the right party in the beginning, and then I joyfully joined this party with high hopes. But as gradually as I was into working, in this company, I felt that this was not the right company for me anymore, not the right party for me anymore. There was no support system, such support system, and I felt that we were like the characters in a South movie, like where one person, becomes the sole army. So we were. It was kind of a dictatorship, party, and there was no equality, there was no justice, there was no transparency. In fact, we were asked, we were made to work against our own intending candidate. So keeping all these things in mind, I was not, satisfied with the working system. The system of working is very pathetic. There is no system at all. So if there is no system, there cannot be any success. There is no chances of bringing any changes. That is the whole reason why I want to, quit this party and seek greener pastures. Thank you so much.
I'm indeed once again grateful to all of you for sparing your precious time to be part of this press conference, as you've been doing, always extending your all-out cooperation towards our party and our leadership, and for which I once again express my gratitude to you. You may be surprised to see me here today again, speaking a different language in a different dimension. But in politics, circumstances and situations necessitated to take such a drastic step. And the party which I have loyally served with commitment and conviction has to be leave, and which is so painful. And I'm sure you all are feeling the same feelings and pulses that I'm feeling now. The reason being that, as stated by my colleagues, the ideology and principle of the JDU party is democratic, secular party, of which we all subscribe to that. And that is the reason why I have joined this party in 2018, 5th February, exactly just 2 days short of 5 years. And I have addressed the press conference at Kohima while joining the party. And after the election, I met the Honorable Chief Minister of Bihar, Mr. Nitish Kumar ji, at Patna, and expressed my commitment to let the secular credential of his leadership be flown in Nagaland. So with that commitment and conviction, I really did my best to bring out, to strengthen the party in whatever possible way that I could contribute. And as you have all witnessed to that, I have been sacrificing even my family, my lone daughter, for the growth of this party. But as mentioned by our colleagues, the leadership that provides in this particular party has not come up to the expectation of the people, particularly on Naga issue. They speak in support of the Naga issue without realizing the fact of it. Whatever is been feeded to them, they just parroted it without applying their minds. Here I want to question the leadership of the JDU in a chronological manner. When the Saramati party was split, Sharad Yadav ji, he is no more, was the president of the Janata Dal United. But he has been sidelined, betrayed, backstabbed, and removed from the presidency, and Nitish Kumar has taken over the president of JDU. With his leadership, the party was growing, but his sycophants, his colleagues, was even backstabbing him, which he doesn't even realize it. Yet, he eventually relinquished his presidency and met one of his Portuguese, none other than RCP Singh, as president, and recommended him as a Rajya Sabha member, who was also ultimately become the Union Steel Minister. But again, he has to face the same fate of what the leadership is working behind the scene. And he was denied nominating in the Rajya Sabha for the 3rd time, where he was compelled to resign. Then we have a very, very renowned, prominent leader in the party, in person of Mr. Prashant Kumar as Vice President, and Mr. Pavin Varma, who was the former IFS officer, the highly intellectuals of the Indian IFS cadres. They vehemently went against the passing of the Citizens Amendment Act in the Parliament. And we were working towards non-passing of that act, but again they were backstabbed. and they supported their alliance BJP in passing of the Citizen Amendment Act in the Parliament, which has got a very adverse effect, particularly in the state of Nagaland. Yet, bearing all those consequences that is detrimental to the Naga society, I personally was of the view that at least with us in the hands of effort in the party in the state of Nagaland, could rectify to our best possible way in the larger interest of the Naga society and particularly the northeastern states. But again, after backstepping them and impeach them from the party, few of the party leadership has misguided the Supremo of the JDU and started working in their own whims and fancy. You will probably recall how 7 Arunachal MLAs left JDU. You will also probably recall how out of 6 MLAs from Manipur, 5 left JDU. You may also probably recall how the lone JDU MLA left in Nagaland. These are all handiwork of few vested interest leaders in the JDU setup. Despite all this ill treatment given out to the cadres, loyal cadres of the JDU, I have been trying my best to streamline it. But eventually, when the election to the 14th Nagaland Legislative Assembly was announced, I fought for the true loyal party workers to be given a ticket, particularly in person of Mr. Hatpa of 43 Tizit, Im Sumokba of 4 Gas Paniwan, then Mr. Henry Zeleng of 7 Tenen AC. But unfortunately, they were ill-treated, rebuked, reprimanded as if they are the slaves of the president. And on second eve, when the party leadership went up to Lotha and met Mr. President, they were told that on a protocol basis, only Secretary General and himself will get the ticket. The rest will not be given a ticket. So when I have groomed the party from the grassroots level to the state level, and if I can't fight for their rights, what moral authority do we have to be in the party? That's one thing. Secondly, those would-be JDU candidates are going to be sent by none other than the present incumbent Chief Minister, whom he has denied ticket in the NDPP. Mark my word. And in conniving with the Chief Minister, as one of the members has rightly said, President himself was working towards my bringing downfall of my candidature. So how can we expect such leadership to lead the party? And of all these 5 years, he's been restraining me not to form the party. So if it is a matter of even for a self-help group, just take an instance of it. We have a group of like-minded people who form self-help group and take collective decisions. So a big party like JDU, when we cannot take a collective decision, and when it is functioned through WhatsApp, through telephone, and unfortunately the president is a gypsy guy who doesn't have his prominent place anywhere in Nagaland, be it Lotha, be it Kohima, be it Dimapur, and always wants to function the party through phone in a dictatorial manner. How do you expect that party to grow? And therefore, for me, I'm still enjoying the confidence of the party leadership. I'm still assured of the party, which is going to be, ticket is going to be issued day after tomorrow. But when my colleague, who have served loyally to the party, has been denied the ticket, and especially when the party colleagues have not been assigned or taken into confidence as to how to function the party, how can I be selfish in taking the ticket? And therefore, in sacrificing along with the rest of my colleagues, I'm also resigning from the Secretary General of the JDU on this day, the 3rd of February 2023, in presence of the media fraternity. And the party which I dearly loved and served loyally with conviction and commitment has become my arch rival now. So whichever party I join, along with my colleagues, will be fighting against that very party, because that very party has betrayed the aspirations of the people of Nagaland. On 29th, as you have all witnessed on my candidature declaration at the town hall, Naga people are yearning for solution. But so many civil societies, even including negotiating parties, are not happy with the present dispensation for delaying the solution. Then how come the JDU party, who stood tooth and nail to fight for the solution of the Naga issue, connive with such leadership to delay the peace process? And so we are hell-bent now to fight against those cronies who doesn't want solution for the Naga issue, who doesn't want party to grow in Nagaland. They might have repeated what the President has told them, but I wish to remind all of you that once, when they have been welcomed here in this very hall from the BJP, they were told that you can feel, act like the President. Am I right? Yes. But his uncle himself, whom he has appointed as Chairman Election Committee, before we even come to this conclusion, he has put in his resignation 1 week back because of the ill treatment meted out to him. So I, for one, doesn't have any ill feeling against any individual, but the situation and the circumstances compels us to leave this party for the betterment in the larger interest of the Nagas, and therefore I do hereby declared the in-block resignation of the JDU official in Nagaland. Thank you so much. Could you please come back?
Including the state, the district,
Whatever be the number cannot be met now, but he is the lone JDU member now. The rest has been dissolved. His unit, Wokha unit, must be standing with him without any knowledge of where they are heading to. Even his own supporters are seeking my support in terms of materials, financials, and I still have a WhatsApp message from them. If you like it, I can disclose it.
Sir, one additional question to that. Among the 8 resigned, which you
It's not 8 only.
No, I mean here. Just want to confirm that the Kaspani 2 JDU members is dissolved completely, right?
Not only Gaspani too, the whole setup of JDU in Nagaland is dissolved in block. There is a parent unit which is being represented by Mr. John.
Which means we are yet to see the resignation letter later on, right?
You take this press conference as official.
Yes.
We will be now sending our letter to National President and Northeast in charge.
What will be your next step now?
That in a day or two will be again inviting you for a press conference, and what kind of a course of action that we are going to take up, we'll let you know.
Okay, sir.
Probably by.
Also, I want to ask that wherever question prior to this, that JDA was going to give a mass resignation, which we doubted. So I want to ask, is also a way in board about that JDA, the members who have resigned, they're going to join LJP. Is it true, sir?
I cannot tell you as of now, but I cannot rule out the possibilities also.
That
But
means
in
if
a-
they offers you, then your party, these members who have resigned, they will join.
We have so many options left with us, but whichever party we choose will definitely play a very crucial role in government formation.
Impeaches the state president and requests the.
That things will not take place because the national leadership and the state president are hand in glove. I regret to say this, but they are the political conmen. So nothing sort of a thing will take place. That's why I have cited the example of Arunachal Manipur election. This time also they are following the same step. They say that we'll go by the Manipur election. What it happened was that Biren Singh, the Honorable Chief Minister of Manipur, was sending his loyalists to JDU in the last March Manipur election. And he was sponsoring those candidates. So after election, once they win the election, they left JDU and joined the Wen Bagan of Biren Singh. So also the same thing will happen here in Nagaland. Whomever Chief Minister Rio sent, JDU will issue the ticket, and after winning the election again they will join whichever party same Rio lead.
Was this being discussed about the decision to resign in Marseille? Was this?
It was post declaration only this decision was taken. Misunderstanding was there long back, and the colleagues were not happy with it, but with my intervention, if I'm not wrong, they have restrained themselves. Mr. Henry and Mr. Tamang couldn't wait for this day and has resigned, put in their paper at least 3 days back.
And what is the stand of your Vice President, Mr. Mumba?
Mr. Who?
General Secretary.
Im Sumungba has led the meeting yesterday, which they have just read out. So he will not be there in the JDU, but his next course of action cannot be said by us. You can ask him.
Amiga logodi ade Sir Kitoho S Rotokha, Secretary General JDU Nagaland. Are the former kubo? To sir, abuni press conference tibi kuishe. Time pishinai. And abuni kwa nishna party laga abuni exemption ite rakto kwa nai. Huli moga ite source bro kodo sir LGP niga oni ase. So can you give us detailed matters in regard with that? Because abuni an laga president leadership laga character opportunity do amiga huni paise. So what's next? LGP. Ito olop confirmation lo munja sir.
Kwa nishana, nothing can be ruled out. Only be ita to tate jabo yete jabo itu to nai. Only be within 24 hours time. Ini ki step lobole ase idio apun kan ke jane dibo.
Sir, to Kaspani 2, aro Kaspani 1 de amigan expect kuri takishi ki JTU la candidate tuita ho. So can we take it positive? It's a no that JTU bra Kaspani 1 2 dina takibo, right?
Kaspani 1 2 noi kena dosra jat ekot ko thakle pi we will ensure that JDU candidate is defeated.
Sir, abani ala General Secretary Imsumungba, taibi Kaspani 1 de jabuli laga khopoto JTU ra paise. Yeah, taila presence nai, but since you have been the Secretary General, taila opinion dibi sir, kiniga ta taila bi abani ala logote asena na kiniga.
Tai ke tu ticket deny kur dibo koi kena it is met non clear. Tai napabo, only pi tai ki hobo ki no hobo itu tu tai kal nogo hudibi mo itu tai on behalf pra kobo na paribo.
Thank you so much for talking to Global.
Welcome, welcome.
तो JTU लगा emergency press conference कुतुमुशे और भाभी धगा निचना election nomination लगा ऊपर date government election commission बो दिया दो 7 February ऐसे इतु लगा माचुत पितोड़े इतिया हंगामा उला दो अपनी कान दिखी पाइशे JTU लगा officials state officials कान बिशिजन mass resignation दिशे यदि दिखी बाबो ताकान लगा sign signature भी ऐसे और ताकान इतु press conference ते गोआ दो Takan laga president, NSN Lotha, tai laga leadership, আৰু তাই ডিক্টেটৰশ্বিপ ফৰ্ম দে তাই পাৰ্টি কি চলা কাৰণে আৰু তাই লগা চিষ্টেম ষ্টিক নোহোৱা কাৰণে আৰু টেলিফোনিক কনভাৰচেশ্যন পৰাই তাখান মিটিং ৰিলেটেড আপডেট কৰাৰ কাৰণে আৰু পাৰ্টিখান ইটোৰ লগা ৰিলেটেড ওপৰতে তাই কি কনফিডেঞ্চ নাথাকাৰ পৰা তাখান ৰিজাইন কৰিছে কোনে আমি খান শুনি পাই আছে আৰু হুতাদামতে তাখান ৰিপ্লাই দিয়াটো ৱেডাৰ জনতা দল ইউনাইটেড নাগালেণ্ড লগা প্ৰেচিডেণ্টটো ৰিপ্লেচ কৰি না চেণ্ট্ৰেল পাৰ্টিখান পৰা আলাগ প্ৰেচিডেণ্ট একটা আনিলি কেনেকুৱা হ'ব কোনে এইটো লগা ওপৰতে হুতাহুতি কৰাম দে তাখান জবাব দিয়াটো এইটো চেণ্ট্ৰেল পাৰ্টি লগা লিডাৰ্ছ আৰু এইটো ষ্টেট পাৰ্টি লিডাৰ্ছ দুইটাটো হেণ্ড ইন গ্লভছ মিলি কিনা যায় এইটো নহ'ব এইটোৰ পৰা তাখান চব ৰিজাইন কৰিছে আৰু ব্ৰেকিং নিউজ ইয়াতে জানিব পাতো এইটো ৰিজাইন কৰা লগা মেম্বাৰ্ছ খানটো অলমষ্ট তাখান LGB পাৰ্টি জইন হ'বলৈ লগা আমি খান খবৰ পাই আছে চ' এইটো লগা আপডেটছ আপুনি খানকে দি থাকিব কিপ ৱাচিং গ্ল'বেল উইণ্ড' মই আছে সংগমায়াৰ মই লগা ভিডিঅ' জাৰ্ণালিষ্ট আছে জুচান ৰিপৰ্টিং ফ্ৰম Saramati Hotel, Dimapur.